Boom. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Expert Mentors Live. Super excited to have Chase back on with us. If you guys have not checked out, I believe it was episode 15. Chase crushed it. In fact, I think it's the most viewed Expert Mentors episode that we've ever done. So definitely packed full of just straight value and stuff that you guys can take and apply right into your business immediately. And I have a gut feeling today is going to be the same and even better. So Chase, welcome, man. Thank you for making the time and jumping back on with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Last time was super fun. And as we know, in Facebook and the Zuckerberg world, things change pretty quickly. And so a lot of the stuff that was taught and that still hold true, but there's a few things that have changed. And so I'm really excited to share those updates and share some new techniques that I've come across that are working really well.
That's awesome. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind touching on that, I think things change daily. I think might be the right response. Maybe give some context to that to everybody that's on that might not quite understand all the algorithms and the game that you have to understand within Facebook.
Yeah, well, Facebook is a business and they have to adapt and change, and they come out with, certain targeting rules. They come out with certain ways for us to generate business. And then as they realize that we're getting really good at it, and as they realize, how many leads we're getting and what our ROI is, they want to start making it more expensive, because it's kind of like they get all of us into a pool. They get us doing one thing one way, and then once we're hooked, they can change it to have it cost more money and have them make more money. So now what I'll show at the end of the webinar is sort of how you can hack this algorithm and really use it to your advantage and get the lead cost low. Another thing that's happened, as you know, is Facebook's been getting busted with a bunch of data and privacy issues. And so they've changed a lot of the ways that we can target home buyers and sellers. And it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to stop doing. You just got to adapt like in any other realm of your business. And so that's really what this webinar is how have I adapted and how you can do it right away as well.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate it. And for those of you just jumping on, Chase is in San Diego. And so I can just imagine, us being here in North Dallas, how competitive everything is online and even within Facebook. So just understand, Chase is in a major market and really rocking and rolling. So what he's going to share with everybody and with us today is stuff that's working for him. We were chatting before we jumped on. He's creating opportunities for agents on his team. He's creating opportunities that you'll be able to start creating for yourself today. So, man, Chase, anything else you want to add, or are you ready to jump right in?
Yeah, I just want to say, being in a market like San Diego, it's if it works here, I promise you it can work anywhere. And I've worked with tons of agents that it's working for them in LA and Richmond and Arizona, and it works in all markets. So when I'm chatting and I tell you, what conversion rate is or cost per lead, if you're in a major market like San Diego or San Francisco or New York, you're going to be at the higher end of the cost per lead. If you're in a market with lower price points, you're going to be at the lower end of the cost per lead. And that's just the way it works, but it works in every market. So I'm ready to jump in whenever you are, John.
Let's go. If you guys have any questions or comments along the way, throw it in the chat box and I'll answer any questions. And obviously if you're watching the replay of this, throw it in the comments, and Chase is in the groups with us, so he'll be able to answer any questions and feedback that you guys have. So cool. Let's rock and roll.
And this is going to be I'm going to be kind of doing a lot of things, not just going over slides. And so I think it might be best, instead of waiting to the very end for any questions, that way I don't have to go back into Facebook. I'll go kind of slow. And if anybody has any questions or wants me to redo something, it'd probably be better right when we're in the middle of it if they have any questions like that. All right.
That's awesome, man. Perfect.
All right, cool. Let's do it. All right. Okay, cool. So so this is pretty much how I'm hacking Facebook's algorithm now and generating leads for less than $6 each. And the coolest thing about this technique now is you don't need any complicated landing pages. You don't need any expensive softwares. All of this is using what Facebook provides for us. And they've essentially tried to build their own form builder within Facebook so that we don't need any of that. And then using a software like Zapier, which is very, very inexpensive to sort of automate that lead flow all the way to your CRM. So I've been able to cut out a lot of the software's unnecessary steps and just stick right within Facebook. And that's allowed the leads to feel comfortable not leaving Facebook to go to a landing page and typing in their info. They stay right within Facebook. Facebook populates automatically their info into the form so that it's much easier for not only us as the lead generator, but it's also easier for the lead. So we'll go ahead and get started. So what we're going to cover is how to use Facebook's form builder. This is essentially replacing the need for a landing page. We're going to cover how to manage the ad and targeting using Facebook's lead generation machine. So this is actually going to be building the ad out. And then number 3 is how to hack Facebook's algorithm and get your lead cost as low as possible. We're actually going to be using Facebook's algorithm to our advantage. So it's, again, just adapting and really sort of tricking the system. So how to use Facebook's form builder. First, we're going to create the lead form. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in Facebook. All right. Lead forms are Facebook's way of keeping the lead on Facebook with a quick form filled. You'll see what I'm talking about. So let me go ahead and log into Facebook. As you can see right here, I'm just on my Facebook business page, my real estate page. So if you want to do this along, or if you just want to catch the replay, no worries at all. You're going to go to Publishing Tools right here at the top. Click on that. All right, and then down here, lead ads. This is the type of lead generation that we're going to be doing on this webinar. And we're going to go to Forms Library. All right, and these are all my forms that I have active. I've been really doing well with this homes list form in San Diego, and so that's what I've been rolling with. You're going to go to Create, New Form. Okay, and then the ad that I'm going to be running on this webinar specifically is going to be a homes list ad. So you can just call this, Homes List Dallas or Homes List San Diego. Okay, so that's really the name of your form, and you want to call it whatever ad you're running, and then whatever area you're running. If say you're running the homes list, the area. That way, when you find it later, you know exactly which form it is, because there's going to be specific types of questions. If you are wondering what the heck a form is, it's kind of like this over here. This is where we're going to be able to get the lead data directly within Facebook so that they can, get on throughout their day. They don't have to jump to a landing page and get spooked and exit out of the funnel. So our form type, we're going to run more volume. Essentially, this is just going to make it really quick for them to fill it out. When you go to higher intent and you add a bunch of questions, you can kind of overcomplicate things. So I'm just trying to get name, number, and email, and that's it. All right. So for intro, let's say you're running your homes list campaign. You can run something like provide your information to get your homes list. Okay. Now here you're going to do something called bullets. All right. So you'll be going, it really depends on which ad you're running, and I'll show that in step 2. But I like to do things like, homes list below median price point. In San Diego, let me go ahead and do it this way. I'm just going to go ahead and take the ad that I already have instead of me trying to do it off of memory. All right. Okay, so you want to copy exactly what you're putting in the ad so that when they see the form, it doesn't look any different, all right? So let's see.
Why is that important? Chase, explain why that's important.
Because when they see the ad, all right, so this is like an example of an ad they're going to be seeing. When they see this ad that we're going to be going through right here, when they see this ad and you take them to another form or you take them to a landing page, essentially the form is replacing the landing page at this point, you want to have the same exact information there. And then the first email or text message that they're going to be getting from your drip system, you want to have the same exact information there. So the lead doesn't get confused and you're not tricking the lead. You're taking through a congruent, seamless process so that they click the ad because they want this free list of homes. They see the form where you're offering the free list of homes. And then the first email or text that they get, they're getting provided the free list of homes. So it's a step-by-step, easy and seamless process so that they don't feel tricked. They don't feel like they're going into a funnel that they didn't intend on going in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for clarifying that. A lot of people, you know, especially starting out with this, they miss that. So just that consistency, brand consistency, it's a principle that you want to make sure you follow. So thank you for explaining that.
Yeah, and I thought I could do it off the top of my head, but I run so many ads, sometimes I forget what they are. So the layout right here, okay? So we're going to be putting in exactly what it says on the ad, okay? Do you know anyone looking to purchase a home in Pacific Beach? That's where I run a lot of my ads, okay? We have created a free list of homes in Pacific Beach under 500. Send some of these homes even quality, and I'm going to talk about why I say these specific things. Okay, perfect. So you see how the form here looks similar to the ad there, okay? So attention, San Diego. Now, they see the ad, and I'm going to show you how to build that ad in a minute. They click it, and they're going to be coming to this form, okay? Now, the questions that we want to ask them. Uncheck full name and uncheck email, all right? And show more options. Now we're going to be going after first name, last name, email, phone number, okay? So now we've got our form built out. All right, it looks just like the ad on the left-hand side, and we're only asking them for first name, last name, email, phone number. What I found when we were using landing page builders and you were taking through long questionnaires is I was able to track after about page 2 or page 3 of these long questionnaires, a lot of the leads were falling off. And so now what we've been able to do is use Facebook's form builder so that they don't go to any other landing pages. They don't go get taken off of Facebook, and they just put essential information in.
Could you have just copied and pasted that, or is there a reason why you typed it?
Yeah, I can't copy and paste right off this slideshow.
Gotcha. Cool.
All right, but you totally can if you like put it into your notes or you put it into your clipboard or something like that.
Cool.
Okay, so then we're going to scroll down a little bit further. It asks you, do you want to do any custom questions? No. Privacy policy, you can just type in privacy policy and you can put in your website. Okay, thank you screen. Thanks, you're all set. Your info has been sent to, your real estate team. Tap below to visit Emory Home Group, and then you would have your website again. All right, now click over to settings, and you just want to make sure that everything is open, so that when you have leads that are like, I'm not looking for a free list of homes under 500,000, but my friend is, now they can share your ad. All right, so that's really important over there. So now you want to check through, make sure you've done everything correctly, more volume. All right, right here, you want to use the image from your ad, because in secret number 3, how we hack Facebook's algorithm, we're essentially going to be making 3 versions of the ad and figuring out which ad takes off the quickest. So instead of using an uploaded image, you want to make sure this photo is going to be congruent. So if they see this ad with this photo, they're going to be seeing the same photo on the form. I'll have another ad with a different photo, and because we're use the image from your ad, they're going to see that photo again. All right, so there's going to be 3 different photos that we're going to be using. Make sure your questions are all solid and in order, and your form looks good. Now, we go over here, we're going to go finish, and we're going to use that for later. All right, so that's how we built our form. Are there any questions about the form, John?
No other questions. If you guys have any questions or comments, throw it in the chat or the Q&A, and we'll definitely help you get clear. Cool.
Okay, so essentially what we just did there is we built our landing page without it having to be a landing page. When they click on the ad, they're going to be taken. It's difficult because I can't show you the process of the lead itself, but when they click on the ad that they see on Facebook, they're going to be taken right within Facebook, and all they're going to see is that form with the same photo from the ad, the same information from the ad. They're going to be able to type in their information, click a button, and then they go about their day. All right. So how to manage the ad and targeting using Facebook's lead generation machine. So now we're going to go ahead and build the ad that is going to be using that form.
So Patrick was asking, understanding the privacy, my website URL connection.
Yeah, so on like with EXP on our home search websites, there's already a privacy policy. So I just use the privacy policy with my real estate team with the home search website. That suffices. I've already checked with Facebook's rules. They just want to make sure that you're a business and that you're licensed properly and that you have a privacy policy on your website. So if you go to your EXP website, EXP's already made sure that you have a privacy policy because their websites are, lead extracting websites. And so they have to run by the same rules as well. So I just use the privacy policy from there rather than creating some new website to meet Facebook's guidelines. The EXP website works great. I use KV Core and that front end website.
Perfect. And then Jeff was asking, can you go through picks or terms that are highly clicked?
Yeah, I'm going to build the ad right now.
Perfect.
All right, so we're in what's called Facebook Business Manager, all right? So this is where we build our ads and we're tracking our ads. So you're gonna go ahead and, if you don't know how to get here, it's really simple. I hope everybody knows. You think I should show how to get here?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, so we're just on Facebook right here. Okay. This arrow right here. You're going to click on this arrow. You're going to go to Business Manager. If you don't have a Business Manager already set up, you'll just see like a personal ad account here. You're going to click on it and you get taken to the Business Manager. This is where you can go through and create the ad. Okay. Now we're going to go create. Computer runs a little slow when I got Zoom up.
Yep, for sure.
Okay. So this is where you create the ad. Now, on the last webinar, we used either traffic or conversion because we were actually going to be taking that lead to a landing page. All right. What I called the lead generation machine is right here. So you're going to see this screen, and this is basically how you are going to be structuring the Facebook ad. So you're going to click on lead generation. Come down here and you're going to type in the campaign name. So the campaign that we're specifically going to be running for right now is a homes list. And I'll talk about here in a second why we run the homes list, but I'm just going to show you how to run this ad. So you can call it homes list specific beach. So essentially what we're running here is we're offering a list of homes under median price point for an area. So John, what's the median price point in your area where they're selling homes?
280.
280. Okay. So if you were able to blast out an ad to a set of buyers, a full audience, 100, 200,000 people, and you are offering an exclusive list of homes for under 250,000 that offer special financing programs, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to be wanting that list. And then after they're in your system from filling out the form, you can make contact with them with automated email and text strips to turn them into buyers. It's like an open house. We're offering the viewing of seeing a house. Well, here we're offering, you know, the gift of a full and complete homes list. So you're going to type in homes list dash your location and press continue. Your ad set name, ad set is basically who you're targeting. All right. So I like to keep it pretty general because we're going to be using Facebook's algorithm to our advantage. So we want to keep it general. We don't want to get super, super fine tuned on our targeting. So I just call it real estate interest general. And I'm going to show you how to build this out now. This is where you're going to want to take some notes, and then I'll show you in a second. So the homes list campaign, we're offering an under median price point of homes, or if you're a huge team with a ton of listings coming soon, it's also very effective to run a list of off-market homes. So maybe you're in a lower price market and you have 20 or 30 or 50 listings coming soon. You can offer that list as well. The lead type you're going to get it's pretty abundant. It's mostly buyers though, but what we found is that about 1 every 30 to 40 are sellers. Your cost per lead, about $5 to $10. With the 3x3 launch strategy that I'm going to be talking about at the end of the webinar, we've been able to get in San Diego our lead cost down to about $6 a lead. Conversion ratio here is about 3%. Let's say you generate 100 leads. You'll make contact with about 20 of those leads, and about 10 of them are going to be, legitimate buyers that are willing to work with you. And we all know that not every buyer is really going to convert. So what we found at about 100 leads, we're converting about 3 of these at a time. Your campaign settings, we're going to be running lead generation, your homes list location. This is what I've been showing you, and real estate interest general. So for the ad set, you're going to be running the location that's relative to your copy, relative to the text in the ad. So if I'm running a homes list for Pacific Beach, then I'm going to be targeting Pacific Beach plus 25 miles. The photo, you want to make sure it's a photo of the area that you're running the ad for. So if you're running an ad that's pool homes in Arizona, you don't want to show a photo of, a house in, on the coast in California. So you want to make sure you're not tricking the lead. So if you're running, vacation homes in Utah, you want to make sure that you're using a photo of a vacation home in Utah. You guys get the point. And then you want to make it relative to the list. So if you're running, again, pool homes in Arizona, you want to make sure that you're showing a photo of a pool home and that you're running a location in the ad set of that area as well. You want to click on everyone who lives in this location. I'm going to be doing this for you guys, but this is where you want to be writing this down. Everyone who lives in this location, the age 28 to 65 plus. If you live in a higher price point area, I tend to make this closer to 30. A lower price point area where first time home buyers are in their low 20s, you can drop this down, but this is a safe bet. Gender, you want to be targeting both male and female, running minimum $5 a day on the Facebook desktop and mobile newsfeed, and then detailed targeting. And again, I'm going to be doing this for you guys, okay? So this is where Facebook has changed. Before, we were able to target income brackets, but now we can't do income brackets for real estate or housing anymore. It's against federal housing guidelines. So now we're targeting based off their interests and sites that they visited, all right? So you'll see under targeting, real estate, buying a house, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, Redfin, House Hunters, and house hunting. And then you want to exclude all your real estate buddies. You don't really want to be showing your ads and wasting money on people that you're never really going to sell a house to anyways. All right. The ad name, image 1, you want to put it on your business page. And then I'll show you essentially your click-through rate. You want it to be above 1%, and you want to track your cost per lead form. I like to use single images, but you can use a carousel or a short video. But a single images is the quickest and easiest way, especially when you're doing the 3x3 launch that I'll show you in a second. The ad and the ad copy. Again, on the ad, you want to use an image relative to the location. You want to use an attractive, balanced, and scroll stopping photo. All right. And then front shots or specific shots. So a front shot of the house is what I found to be the best. But if you're running pool homes, then you want to be showing photos of houses with pools. All right. And then the copy, again, the copy is, you know, the actual text on the ad. Attention Dallas, or attention, you know, Tucson, attention San Diego. You want to grab their attention. Do you know anybody looking to purchase a home in, you know, the list location? And then giving them a clear call to action. Now, I know there's probably a bunch of questions running through. I'm going to do this right now on the Facebook Ads Manager, but I wanted to show you sort of like a bird's eye view of exactly what to do. So this is what the ad is going to look like once you've built it out. Attention San Diego, do you know anybody looking to purchase a home? This is the same copy that we put into the form. All right. So now let's go ahead and build the ad. Okay. So we talked about you want to put it on your business page. All right. Scroll down a little further. We talked about you want to have checked right here under location, everyone in this location. Now, if you're in a like a vacation area and you want to run people traveling in this location or recently in this location, maybe you live like near a ski mountain or something and you want to go after people that were just recently there or traveling through there, you can mess with those. But, you know, I don't really live in that kind of area. So we're running people who live in this location. That's who we want to target. We essentially want to be targeting renters. Location, you want to X out of the United States. Type in, you know, the area that you're targeting. So I'm doing Pacific Beach. All right. So I'm going to be going after that zip code. Now, there's a few ways that you can do it. Maybe you want to target by zip code and grab all the surrounding zip codes. But the easiest way for me is always just drop a pen, put it right there, and add 15 to 25 miles. Don't overcomplicate it. All right. So I'm doing a list of homes for Pacific Beach. I want to be targeting everybody that lives around this area. Okay. What we found is that most people that are buying in specific areas, they live relatively close by already within about 15 to 25 miles. So that's going to be really relative to your market and where you think those buyers are coming from. But this is the safest and easiest bet.
Chase, Michael's asking, you know, and I think this is, you know, this is relevant for quite a few folks living in a tourist area with a lot of out-of-state waterfront buyers or downstate waterfront buyers. What's the best way to want to target them?
Yeah, so I would say that if you know like where those buyers are coming from, you know, it's hard for me to know which location he's in, where those buyers are coming from. But if a lot of the buyers are visiting that area, you can go here and you can target people recently in this location and people traveling in this location. If the buyers aren't people that already live there. If you know where they're coming from, like for example, I know that in Arizona and in Palm Springs, they have what you call snowbirds, people from Canada. So if you know there's a specific market in Canada that people are buying in your specific area in Arizona or Palm Springs, then you want to be targeting those areas. So you would come into here, you would type in the location, maybe it's Vancouver or Toronto. I don't know where the buyers are coming from, but this is where you're going to be targeting them. But what I found for your standard non-vacation market, the buyers are going to be coming from directly from your market. So I hope that answers his question. It just really depends where the buyers are coming from for his homes. For age, remember we just discussed 28 to 65 plus. We want to go after both men and women. So you're going to click all. And then this is where you're going to type in that detailed targeting. Okay. So you could have it right here on the screen right next to you, and you literally are just going to be typing one after another, finding each of these detailed targetings. So real estate under interest, buying a house, Zillow. Now you'll see right here, it was under interest. Okay, so you can actually target Zillow employees. So when you type in like Zillow or Trulia, there's a couple different options. Okay, so just select them all, Trulia and Trulia Real Estate. Realtor.com, you're essentially targeting people that Facebook knows are visiting these websites, because these are what we call buying behaviors. Redfin, don't click on employers because it's not, we don't really want to go after employees of these companies. We want to go after interest. That means that they've visited or expressed interest in pages related to, you know, Redfin and Zillow and Trulia. House hunters, and then house hunting. Okay, so now we've got this full set of included right here, and now we want to go ahead and exclude all your real estate buddies. And just type it in, realtor under job titles, okay? Real estate broker under job titles. We want to exclude loan officers. See, loan processor. So instead of me clicking through every single one of these, I would highly recommend just clicking every single one of these, all these job titles, loan consultant, specialist, assistant, originator. I found that if they're working at a real estate related company, they're probably not going to be buying a house from somebody that's running an ad. They probably know people that are in the industry. So we want to exclude all of those.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you filled out all your exclusions. Now you're going to come down here and you're going to go to edit placements. So this is where the lead is going to be seeing the ad, okay? So uncheck everything except for the Facebook feed. Okay, because we want to be running this right on the feed. Now, what's becoming a little hot lately is like messenger ads. Those are with chatbots. That's going to be different than this one, but we just want to be running it right on the feed and have that super attractive photo that stops the scroll, and then they're jumping into our lead form from there. All right. All mobile devices right here. and then your daily budget, minimum $5 a day. Continue. Okay, your ad name, just do ad one, single image. All right. Now, here's where we're going to be making 3 examples of this ad. All right. So we're going to go ahead and browse the library. Now, if you don't have photos already uploaded into your Facebook, just have a file. So say you're running a homes list. You're in Dallas, right, John?
Yep.
Okay. So say you're running a homes list for houses in Dallas in a specific area. Go ahead, and if you have your own listings or your own sales, or go ahead and surf online on the MLS and scroll through and find images that are really attractive, images that you think buyers are going to be interested, that are relative to the homes list and relative to your copy that you're putting right here, and go ahead and upload those in there. We don't want to assume that we know which photos the people that are surfing Facebook like, and so that's why we use 3 photos per ad set, and then we're able to track which ones are doing well, and we just kill off the other 2 photos. So we test the audience, see which photo they're really attracted to, and then kill off the other 2 instead of assuming. So I'm going to use a couple photos right here. Continue.
I think that's a great lesson for everybody to really take away and understand when it comes to anything marketing wise. You definitely want to run that test, right? Don't assume that what they're going to like and what they're not going to like. That's why the testing's there, to be able to measure and like you said, let the data tell you what's working the best.
Exactly. And at the end of the webinar, I'll show exactly how to track that. So here, I forgot that I have PB homes right in here. So these are all Pacific Beach looking homes.
Would there be a time that you would want to do more than 3, or is 3 just a good?
3 is it. Okay. Let this load. Man, Zoom makes the computers go pretty slow, don't they?
Brings it to a screeching halt. It does.
Okay.
As this is coming up and loading in here for you, if you're going through and you're building your ad and it gets rejected, what are some things that you can do to fix it, or look out for, or best practices to where it's not going to get rejected?
Yeah. So mainly the reasons why Facebook rejects ads is with the photo. If you have too much text over the photo, which I don't use any text over the photo unless I'm running like a just listed or just sold, I'll have a little bit of text. So make sure you don't have any right here, any overlaid text, or if you do, just a very little bit. And then the other reason why it would get ejected is if you have any sort of, racist or, any, like you're targeting a certain demographic of people in your copy right here. So, you couldn't do something like, attention wealthy people. I'm running a homes list for, high-end houses. You can't like target a certain demographic. You can't exclude anybody. So I just keep it very general, attention San Diego or attention Dallas, and don't have anything that talks about the demographic or talks about the individuals themselves in the ad, and then you'll be safe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for clarifying that.
For sure. So now we've got 3 images set up. Okay. So I have a cool aerial shot that you see right here. All right. I have a front of a house and a front of another house. Now, for me personally, I might like this photo a ton. but it's all about what the lead likes. It's not what we like. So you want to use 3 different photos, and then we're going to be able to see, okay, which ad is performing best. And then we're going to take all the money and put it into that photo. Now we want to take the same exact text here, the same exact copy to make it look just like this. All right. See if I can, fortunately, I think I'm going to have to type it out again, man. Do you know? If you want me to type it out, I can, or they can just screenshot real quick and know like what the copy is. It's up to you. I mean, if you want me to type it out.
Yeah, I think you're good right there. And they can, I mean, I think everybody got that piece, understanding that it has to be, everything has to be the same, has to be the consistency.
Yeah. So you get the point. The text right here is going to be this ad right here. All right. And then you'll come down here for your headline. Your area plus homes list. Okay. You can use sign up, get offer, learn more. I typically like to use learn more. All right. Keep scrolling down here. Okay, this is where we're going to select the form. All right. So we would just built out this form, and when you save it, you'll see it right here. All right. So I got the same copy from just building the ad that looks like this one right here. It's going to match. It's going to have the photo. Remember when we built the form, we used that checkbox for use photo from ad. So whatever ad they click, Facebook recognizes that and uses that photo on this ad. And we have our form built out. We have our questions built out, and we're ready to go. Confirm. So while that's loading, I'll go back to here, John.
Okay, perfect. And just asking from a compliance standpoint, I mean, with the ads, how does everything stay compliant? You know, company name or anything like that, or you know, do we worry about that? What's the way to where, you know, from a real estate perspective, we stay compliant?
Yeah, great question. And you know, I haven't had any issues. I just run it from my business page. And then I'm just advertising exactly what I'm offering. The privacy policy with your website takes care of any compliance issue. And as long as you're not, you know, going after any certain demographics or trying to exclude any certain people, you're going to be just fine. Ads are a way of you know, advertising. So it's the same thing with your mailers. As long as you're just who you are and you're running from that page and you're offering that product, then you'll be totally fine. I haven't really ran into any issues where, you know, you have to say you're with EXP or anything like that.
Perfect. No, I think you nailed it. You nailed it.
Okay. So now we've essentially got our ad running. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cancel the ad itself right here. That way I'm not running like a half text built out ad. Okay, so we've got our ad running. All right, homes list specific beach. You'll check on it and you'll come over here to add sets. This is where we're taking the algorithm and we're going to use it to our advantage. So if you notice, you have your campaign, homes list specific beach, your ad set, who you're targeting, the audience. We did the location, we did the targeting. It was about 100 to 150,000 people. And then we have 3 ads with 3 different images. All right. Now you're not spending $5 a day per ad. You're spending $5 a day per ad set. Now, Facebook only sends out the ad to about 30% of the ad set. So out of the 100 to 150,000 people that we targeted, only about 30 to 35,000 are even going to see the ad. So how can we make it so that we have a wider shotgun of who we're targeting And maybe there's a section of that 100 to 150,000 people that are more willing to click on our ads. So we're going to do what's called duplicating the ad set and what I call a 3x3 launch strategy. And I'll show you how that works. We're going to duplicate so that we have 3 different ad sets. So we're taking 3 shots at the same audience. And then over a couple days, we'll see which ad set is performing best, and you just turn off the other 2. So your initial launch, finances are a little bit higher. So instead of $5 a day, my first couple days, I'm actually going to be spending $15 a day. And then once you find the ad set that's performing best, you're going to cancel off the other 2 and you're back down to $5 a day. So here you're going to go to duplicate.
Chase, what's the best thing to do if you're not liking an ad's performance? Can you edit it on the fly, or do you just need to, is best practice to make a new one? What's the best strategy there?
What was the question again?
Running an ad and not liking its performance. Can you make edits to it, or do you need to make another one?
Yeah. So when you're running this, are you talking about when you're duplicating these, or when you just have one ad? Because I think it's important to duplicate and have 3 different ad sets. You're taking a shot at the ad set 3 different times. It's essentially, you don't want to go back and edit based off if you think it's not performing well. You want to do the 3x3 launch strategy, because then you'll be able to see exactly which one is performing well, and then you can just go and click off the other 2. But I'll show you that in a second. Let me go through this. So we want to duplicate the original campaign, okay, 3 times, all right? All right, so now if we go back here, what you're going to see show you sort of a bird's eye view. So we have our homes list campaign. All right, this is the full funnel. The ad set, there should be 3 of these now. Okay, so now we're taking a shot at the 100 to 150,000 audience 3 different times. So let's say you built your ad set, you're targeting a certain group of people, but that 30% that Facebook shows the ad to, they're not buyers. We're going to take that shot 3 different times, and you'll see over the course of a couple days, you'll see one that is generating a ton of leads, one that's not generating that many, and one that's not generating at all. So after a couple days, you're going to turn it off. Now here's the 3x3. When we go to ads, each of those ad sets has your 3 photos. So now we're not assuming we know Facebook is going to send it to the right people in the audience on first go. And we're also not assuming which photo those audiences are going to like. So you have 1 campaign, 3 ad sets. Each ad set has 3 ads. So there's 9 ads. All right. Now, after a couple days, you'll come over here and you'll be able to track your lead flow. So if you see, any of them that are running at a high level that have multiple leads coming through into that ad set, you're going to kill off the other 2. And you'll see it'll be clear as day on the 3rd or 4th day which ad set is performing the best. Then you'll come over here to ads. And you'll see which image is doing the best, which image has the most amount of leads in it, which image is reaching the most amount of people and having the most amount of clicks. And then you'll just kill off the other 2. Okay. So after day 3 or 4, you're looking at your homes list campaign. You have the ad set still running that's performing the best, and you have the actual photo of the ad that's performing the best. So we've taken Facebook's algorithm and we've used it to our advantage to figure out which portion of the audience is clicking through our ads and which photo are they liking the most. And then we don't want to waste any money on the other 2 anymore. So we turn those off. and now we're running like this. All right. Any questions on that?
No, I mean, that's awesome.
So essentially that 3x3 launch strategy, it uses Facebook's algorithm to your advantage. All right. So a couple of the things that we couldn't cover is you've generated those leads. Now, how do you get those leads into your CRM?
Yep.
All right. So you're going to use something called Zapier.com. All right. And you can go on there, and it's very minimal cost per month. And you can set up what's called a Zap, where you essentially are using the Zapier software to apply Facebook to your CRM, so that every time a lead is generated, Zapier sends that lead directly to your CRM. It would be really complicated for me to, and lengthy for me to build that out right here, but there's tons of tutorials on YouTube of how to use Zapier so that you've automated that lead flow from Facebook to your CRM. And then lastly, drip campaigns. So we've generated the lead. They're all flowing into our CRM now through Zapier, and we're trying to pick up the phone. We're trying to call people. We're running around like crazy. I use KV Core, but every CRM has a way where you can upload drip campaigns. So what I put together for you guys is a full 1-year drip campaign, a buyer's version and a seller version that has emails and text messages. You can take that drip campaign, upload it into your CRM, set that up so that now when the lead flows from Facebook through Zapier to your CRM, they get automatically a text message, automatically an email, and then it's a full 1 year in length. Then once they respond, that's when you start taking over the conversation. So the cool thing with KV Core is when you've uploaded that, when they text you back or they email you back, it goes right to your phone. You can have that notification right to your phone, and you can take over the conversation. So I put that together for you guys right here if you want to download it. It's a full 1-year drip campaign. It's completely custom. Myself and a copywriter have gone through. It's not, you know, a template that you would just get online or a template provided by KV Core. It's customizable, so you'll want to go through it and change my name out, my business out to your name and your business so that it works for you.
That's awesome, man. That's absolute gold right there. I mean, that's appreciate you doing that. You guys watching, make sure give Chase plenty of love for that gold right there. That'll save you a lot of time and trying to figure things out.
Yeah. So I know that running the ads, it might be completely new for a lot of people, but if you watch this recording, it was very set up easily right here, exactly what to do while you're in Facebook. Okay. So which one to use, lead generation, what to call your campaign, what to call the ad set, how to set the targeting. All right. Who to target, who to exclude. And then remember, the 3x3 launch is essentially just duplicating that ad set twice so that you have 3 ad sets, 3 ads per ad set. And then after a couple of days, you'll go into your business manager and you will see clear as day which ad set is performing the best and just turn off the other 2. And then you have a highly functioning, low cost per lead ad that runs at a high level, and then using the drip campaigns to your advantage.
I love it, man. That's absolute gold. I know you've got a pretty strong, community where you're constantly adding value. I know we've shared it in the post for the call. Can you, have that information there so people know how the best way to connect with you or get into your Facebook group?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Facebook group is called Top Agent Growth Group. And I'll show you exactly how to access it right here. So just go on Facebook, at the search, type in Top Agent Growth Group. You'll click on it and then go ahead and join right there, and we'll get you in there. And I'll be able to break things down a little bit easier on upcoming webinars, where I'm showing you a full webinar just on the 3x3 launch, or a full webinar on how to use Zapier. I would try to fit as much as possible into 1 hour with you guys. And I know it's definitely a lot, but go ahead and jump in that Facebook group, and I'm happy to share stuff in there.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you bringing tons of value as always, and really just being, a true expert mentor. And that's, our goal with these sessions every Wednesday is to be able to do that, add back to the community, and absolutely have exceeded that expectation today. So I appreciate it, Chase. I know we had a lot of engagement, a lot of questions. So that'll be really, really appreciate that for, as being here a presenter and having Chase on. I know he appreciates the love and the feedback. So if you guys have any questions, make sure to reach out to Chase. We'll get the recording posted up into the Facebook groups later this afternoon, and let you dive back in and watch it. Chase, anything that you want to, do's and don'ts, any final things that you want to make sure that people have some clarity around?
Yeah, and I saw, okay, John, you had already posted the bit.ly link. So it's case sensitive, guys. So it's bit.ly/the-best-drips, all case sensitive. So make sure you use lowercase. Do's and don'ts: don't overcomplicate things. Don't, try to get really tricky and targeted with the ad copy, the actual text you use in the ad. Just make it very simple, very basic. I only showed you one version of the ad. You can use that lead generation method and that targeting to run home valuation campaigns, just sold campaigns, all kinds of different ads, but just make sure your ad matches your form, which matches the first, email or text message they get. So you'll see in the drip campaigns, when you download them, there'll be an email that speaks on the homes list. And then there's a seller version that speaks on the home valuation. So you can edit it. If you're running a different type of ad, you can edit that drip campaign to match that ad. You just want to make it as seamless as possible so the people don't think they're getting tricked on what you're doing. So here's an example of something you don't want to do. You don't want to run a home valuation campaign and then the first text message they get say, hey, here's your list of homes, because it just doesn't match. So make sure you edit the campaign to match the form, to match the ad. And then learn that 3x3 launch strategy, play around with it. Make sure you're checking it after a couple days, and you'll see clear as day which one is performing best. And you'll have an aha moment, like that's what he was talking about. If you just do one and you're not doing that 3x3 launch, you're just taking a shot in the dark at who Facebook is sending your ad to. And so out of that 30%, that might not be where all the buyers are. And so what I found is that you might have one after a couple of days that has 10 leads, one that has 4, and one that has 0. Just focus your time, energy, and money on the one that's already performing best with the 10 leads.
Absolutely, man. That's amazing. I really appreciate it. I know everybody listening and tuning in appreciate it. And it's really going to give them a low-cost way to generate some more opportunities in their market. So thank you, guys. Chase, thanks again, brother. I mean, amazing, as always. And I really, really, like I said, I appreciate you taking the time and adding tons of value.
Hey, and John, do you mind if I just see a couple of these questions in here that we didn't cover, and I want to make sure that they're all set with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's knock those out. We got a couple minutes here, and definitely give everybody a little clarity. Hey, for some reason, if we didn't get to your question, make sure to post it in the Facebook group, and Chase will get it handled for you.
Yeah. So David Marsh said, if we run an ad and don't like its performance, can we edit the ad or make another one? Thanks. I would always just make a new one. It's really going to be, is the ad not performing well because of the photo, or is it not performing well because of the ad set, who you're targeting? And that's why I say always use the 3x3 so the guesswork is taken out and we just go off numbers and results. Zapier to KV Core. Yes, when you go into Zapier, you'll see KV Core is invite only. So the best thing to do is in your KV Core, go to the resources at the bottom. It'll take you to the Inside Real Estate help page, and just type in Zapier. There's a link in there. Follow the instructions. If I didn't go over it on this ad, a simple Google search or YouTube search will really, really help you. Julia said, can you please include the link to the drips? It's in there. Let's see.
And David was also asking, what do you think farming a zip code? Would you run it just for that zip?
Yeah, if you're farming a zip code, that's perfectly fine. It's all about brand awareness, but I typically like to run the Facebook ads as the lead generation for direct response. I'm not a farmer, and I don't, mail a certain area. I don't have a certain presence in a particular area, so that's not really my expertise. But I would imagine you can definitely do some digital farming. So I hope that kind of cleared up. I know in the beginning I didn't quite have the ad ready, and so it was a little flustered there, but I hope that I got back on track for you guys.
No, it was awesome, man. It was great. I know we're at the top of the hour, and appreciate it again. And thank you guys for all tuning in. Make sure as you have other questions, reach out to Chase, get into his Facebook group, or just comment in the Honey Badger Facebook group or the Fast Forward Movement. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Yeah. And then one question just came in. You mentioned one ad will stand out from the others. What are the numbers we should be looking for? When you're looking at the 3 ad sets, just look at which one is providing the most amount of leads. Your cost per lead is in the slides. It'll anywhere from $3 to $6 a lead, but look at whichever ad set is generating the most amount of leads and just stick with that one. I hope that answers that question. So Perfect. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Awesome, man. We'll see you. Thanks.